지금 시간은 2026년 2월 7일 오후 10시 24분입니다. 누가 전화를 걸면 영상이 끊기네요. A salty smoke like charcoal balanced with a sharp lemon or lime sweetness. It feels very heavy and oily. Lagavulin style, elegant and deep. Taste, the 60 years old is the classic. It is less aggressive than Outback, offering rich, dry smoke with notes of black tea and dry fruit. The balanced maritime, the middle and the north. These whiskeys offer smoke, but they often mix it with more fruity, salty, and floral notes. Kulila style, clean and coastal. Taste, very crispy. Imagine a bonfire on a cold, salty beach. It is often described as fresh compared to the heavy southern malts. Bowmore style, medium peat and tropical. Taste, it sits in the middle. It has a gentle smoke and often use sherry cask to add flavors of dark chocolate and orange. Kilhoman style, farm to bottle. Taste, a small distillery that grows its own barley. A small distillery that grows its own barley. It is bright, peaty, and has a cooked fruit sweetness. The Islas, the gentle one. Believe it or not, some Isla whiskies have no smoke at all. Punahaben, like nutty and sweet. Taste, their 20 years old is unpeated. It tastes like walnut, caramel, and sea salt. It's very approachable for beginners. It's very approachable for beginners. Brugnadi style, floral and grassy taste. Their classic leather. The turquoise bottle is unpeated and tastes like green apple and wildflowers. Note, they also make Octomore, which is the most heavily peated whiskey in the world. Pro tip for English learners, the peat words. When talking about Islay whiskey in England, use these three words to sound like a pro. Phenolic. This is a scientific word for that chemical smoky smell. Brindley. The meat salty like a sea. Dram. A Scotch word for a small glass of whiskey. Please explain for Octomore. If Outback is the king of peat, then Octomore is the monster of peat. Octomore is great subject because the language used to describe it are very dramatic. It is produced by the Bruichladdich distillery, and it is famous for being the most heavily peated whiskey in the world. The numbers. What is ppm? To understand Octomore, you must know three letters. ppm. ppm stands for feet per million. ppm stands for parts per million. It measures how much smoke panels is in the malted barley. Comparison. Stand Isla. For example, Bowmore 20 0 to 25 ppm. Heavy Isla. For example, Outback or La Proig from 40 to 55 ppm. Octomore usually 100 ppm to 300 plus ppm. We call Octomore an outlier. An outlier is something that is far away from the normal range. Number two, the irony of Octomore. In English, irony is when something happens that is the opposite of what you expect. You might think 100 ppm tastes like eating an ashtray, but Octomore is surprisingly elegant and creamy. Why? They distill it very slowly in tall stills. It makes the spirit clean and floral, which balance the heavy smoke. It is not just burning wood, it is complex. How to read the labels? The decimal system. Octomore release come in series. For example, series 20, 30, 40, 20. For example, series 12, 13, 14. Each series has four main versions. Learning these numbers help your categorization skills. That one, the benchmark, 100% Scottish barley aged in American oak bourbon barrels. It is the pure Octomore taste. That too, the export wine. Usually aged in European wine cask. It is sweeter and fruitier. That three, the Isla Local, made with barley grown only on Octomore farm on Isla. It has a terrier earthy taste. That four, the Virgin Oak, aged in fresh new wood. It tastes very toasty and spicy. Tasting vocabulary, the Octomore experience. When you drink Octomore, you can use three adjectives. Earthiness. It tastes like a wet soil or mud after rain. Industrial. It has smells like rubber, ink, or engine oil. In a good way. Engine oil. Stone fruit. Behind the smoke, you often find peach, apricot, or pear. cigars. The smoke is thick and velvety, like expensive cigar smoke. Summary comparison. Uh, Feature Ardbeg, Ugodal or Cory, Octomore. Age usually 10 years, 0 to 10 years. Nas usually 5 years, very young. Smoke strong and terry, extreme and explosive. Price affordable luxury, very expensive, limited. Strength very high, massive, often 59% to 63% of ABV. Final thought for beginners. Octomore is young but sophisticated. Octomore is young and but sophisticated because it is very aged for 5 years. Because it is only aged for 5 years, the smoke is still low and wild. In English, we say it pack a punch, meaning it is very powerful. Please describe the taste review for Octomores. To help you practice your English, I have written this review in the style of a professional whiskey critic. The language used for Octomore is often very vivid, bright and clear, and intense. I have divided the review into 3 parts: the nose, the palate, and the finish. Tasting review, Octomore, the super heavily peated malt. The appearance, the look. The liquid is a pale gold, if again aged in bourbon, or a deep amber, if aged in wine cask. When you swirl the glass, the liquid droplets very slowly. This tells us the whiskey is very oily and has high alcohol. The nose, the smell, the first impression, a massive explosion of peat smoke hit your nose immediately. It smells like a beach bonfire that has been put out by seawater. The details behind the smoke, there is a surprising sweetness. You can smell vanilla pot, lemon zest, and green apples. There is also an earthy scent like damp soil or moss. The palate, the taste, the texture. The mouthfeel is incredibly thick and creamy. It coats your tongue like silk. The flavors. First, you taste black pepper and chili flakes. The heat. Then the flavor turns to honey toast, poached pears, and salted caramel. 포치페어 뭐지? 포치드. 음, there is a strong but present medical note, like a doctor's office, mixed with charred oak. The finish, the aftertaste, the duration. The finish is eternal. It lasts a very long time. The feeling, as the smoke slowly fades, you are left with the taste of dark chocolate, roasted coffee beans, and a hint of dry ash. Dry ash. It leaves your mouth feeling warm and tingly. Tingly. 따끔따끔. Tingly. Key vocabulary for your practice. Overwhelming. Something so strong you cannot ignore it. Nuanced. Having smell, delicate, and interesting hidden details. Powerful. Used instead of strong to describe the alcohol and flavor. Charred. Burnt on the outside. Burnt on the outside. This Octomore is a beast. The ppm is very high, so the smoke is intense. However, it is also very creamy and sweet. I can taste sea salt and vanilla. It is very complex dram. I think it is better with a few drops of water to open up the fruit flavors. Why the water opens the whiskey's flavor? This is a great question. It sounds like magic, but it is actually science. In the whiskey world, we call this opening up the banquet. Okay. Bouquet. We call this opening of the bouquet. Bouquet means the collection of smells. Here is explanation for why a few drops of water change everything. Explained for an English learner. Thus, number one, the science. Glycol, the flavor worker, glycol. The science, glycol, the flavor worker, molecule, 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 molecule. The science, glycol, the flavor molecule. A whiskey contains a special molecule called glycol. No? Glycol. Whiskey contains a special molecule. Whiskey contains a special molecule called glycol. This molecule is responsible for that smoky, peaty smell we love in Isla whiskeys. In the bottle, when the alcohol level is high, like 50 or 60% ABV, the alcohol traps the glycol molecules. They stay at the bottom of the glass. Adding water. When you add water, the alcohol concentration drops. The glycol molecules do not like water, so they repel, push away from it. They fly to the surface of the liquid. We say the water releases the aroma. It is like opening a cage to let the bird fly out. Number two, reducing the alcohol burn. High alcohol whiskey like Octomore or Outback have a lot of ethanol. Ethanol can be aggressive on your nose and tongue. The problem, the high alcohol numbs make sleepy your taste bud. If your tongue is numb, 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 numb. If your tongue is numb, you cannot taste the hidden flavor like vanilla, fruit, or flowers. The solution: water lowers the heat when the fire of the alcohol is smaller. Your tongue can finally find the softer, delicate flavors. 3. The surface tension effect. When a drop of water hits the whiskey, it creates a smell reaction on the surface. This creates energy and heat for a split second. This movement causes the volatile compounds, the smells, to evaporate, evaporate, evaporate. This movement causes the volatile compounds, the smells, to evaporate, turn into gas faster. This is why the moment you add water, you can often smell the whiskey from a further distance. Key English vocabulary for this topic. Dilution, the act of adding water to make a liquid weaker. Aroma, a pleasant smell, specifically for food or drink. Vibrant, full of energy and life. For example, the fruit notes became more vibrant after adding water. Suppress, to push something down or hide it. The high alcohol suppress the sweetness. Try this experiment. The science lesson. Next time you have a glass of Outback or Octomore, smells it neat, no water. It might smell like strong smoke and alcohol. Add 3 drops of water. Wait 1 minute. Smell it again. You will notice the harshness is gone. Harshness. harshness. Smells it again. You will notice the harshness is gone, and you might smell honey, citrus, or cream that you didn't notice before. Why the people loves the Isla whiskey? It is a fascinating question. Fascinating. It is a fascinating question. The most beginner Isla whiskey tastes like medicine, burning rubber, or a campfire. You might wonder, why do people pay so much money for something that tastes like hospital? However, Isla whiskey is some of the most popular in the world. Here is why people fall in love with these pit monsters. Number one, emotional connection, the campfire effect. Human beings have a very deep connection to the smell of smoke. For thousands of years, smoke meant warmth, cooked food, and safety. The feeling. When you smell an Isla whiskey, it triggers a primitive memory. It feels like sitting by a fire on a cold night. The vocabulary. We call this evocated. It means a smell that brings back a strong memory or feeling. Number two, the sense of place. Uh, terror, terror, terror. The number two, the sense of place, terror. Isla is a small, windy island. When you drink its whiskey, you can actually taste the environment. Sea salt, because the barrel sits near the ocean, the whiskey tasted briny, briny. 소금기, briny. Because the barrel sits near the ocean, the whiskey tastes briny. Altness. The pit is made of the pit is made of ancient Isla plants. The result: drinking a glass of Ardbeg or Ragavulin feels like a vacation in a glass. You are not just drinking alcohol, you are visiting Scotland. The sweet and salty paradox. In English, a paradox is something that seems impossible, but it's true. Isla whiskey is famous for having extreme opposite in one glass. You get heavy, dirty smoke mixed with delicate, sugary sweetness like vanilla or fruit. Just like salted caramel or chocolate-covered bacon, the human brain loves the combination of savory, smoky, and sweet. just like salty caramel or chocolate covered bacon. The human brain loves the combination of savory, smoky, and sweet. 단짠 단짠. The challenge and the community. Let's be honest. I love whiskey is a challenge. It is an acquired taste. This means you don't usually like it the first time, but you learn to love it. The journey. There is a sense of pride in moving from smooth whiskeys to powerful I love whiskeys. It makes you feel like an expert. The community. The community. Uh, the community. The community. Isla fans are very passionate. If you see someone else drinking Laproik or Octomore, you immediately have something to talk about. English practice. Useful phrases. If someone asks you why you like Isla whiskey, you can use these sentences. Number one, I love the complexity. It has many layers or flavor. Number two, it's a very bold and unapologetic spirit. It doesn't try to be nice to everyone. The number three, the smoke finish is incredibly long and warming. Number four, it reminds me of the ocean. Interesting fact. Many people who love strong coffee, dark chocolate, or spicy food end up loving Isla whiskey. Really? Ooh, this is because their palate tongue enjoy um, intense sensation. Are you starting to enjoy the smoky flavor yourself? Or do you still find it a bit too strong? Yes. 여기까지.